Okay. Is that better? I'm a little rusty at this because, and I did this this intro that I thought was going to be funny, and you guys couldn't even hear it. So anyway, I think I fixed the issue for audio. Thanks for sticking with me. Let's start over. It's great to be back. It really is. Thank you guys for being patient. 3 weeks I've been gone, and yeah, busy time. Let's first take a moment to say a prayer for the Chicago Cubs. They're going to need it, and they needed it yesterday, and it wasn't answered. So, my Milwaukee Brewers clobbered the Chicago Cubs yesterday. I gotta say, I feel really bad for Cubs pitcher Matthew Boyd because he lasted 30 pitches and that was it. He was pulled. So, you know, guys, send a few hugs P-Dub's way and Cornercade's way. All of those Chicago fans out there that experienced a drubbing at the hands of the Brewers yesterday. So the next game, game 2, is tomorrow night. And who knows, maybe the Cubs will spark to life and get some revenge. They need to win at least one in Milwaukee. They really do. So, but my Brewers are doing great. They're doing so well. I bought today a new neon sign, which will go right underneath the Quarterdeck sign. It's the Brewers logo. So that should be getting here later today. Anyway, great to be back. Yeah, my last 3 weeks. Let's talk about that. I won't show any pictures or anything. Nothing worth showing. You all know that for 18 weeks, I trained hard for the Air Force Marathon, and I totally blew it. I did. You know, in hindsight, being 2020, two things come to mind that I did wrong for my training. Number one, the biggest one is, well, both of them are really huge. But the first thing was I picked a more aggressive training plan than what my body would allow. And so I think if I'm going to run a marathon next, I'm going to pick a less aggressive training plan, one that'll still get me to the start line, but one that won't wear my legs out to the point where I'll lose them halfway through the race. And that's what happened, guys. Beginning at about mile 12, and I've run half marathons left and right. I can run them all day. But during that Air Force marathon, my legs started to go at mile 12, and they really started to feel some pain at mile 14, and by mile 16, it became a run walk. I ran as much as I could those last 10 miles, but it was mostly a walk towards the end, and I was really disappointed in myself. I still finished. I finished with a time an hour off of what my goal time was. And so, yeah, disappointed. But, you know, when something like that happens, you always do a review. Anything that goes south, you want to do like in the military, we call it an after action report, right? We write a report about what happened and next steps. You know, what could we have done better? And so my after action report was evaluating the fact that I may have chosen a more aggressive training plan. And it didn't help the fact that before I started my marathon training plan, I ran 200 miles a month for 24 months. So my legs were just toast. So what I'm going to do moving forward is I'm going to go lighter on the runs. I'm going to focus more on strength training. Smaller runs during the week, longer runs on the weekends. Instead of what I was doing before was I was running 8, 9, 10-mile runs during the week before work. And it's just not feasible. If you want to do longer distances, you gotta go light on the legs during the week. And so I just gotta force myself to do that. So the other thing that I in my after action report was that I did not do enough focused leg day training. In other words, you know, people that train athletes and stuff, they always say never skip leg day. There's T-shirts. I've seen T-shirts, never skip leg day. It's true. Okay. I'm a 60-year-old now, and my leg muscles aren't as strong as they used to be. So I need to pay more attention to my legs. And over the last couple of weeks, really, I've been focusing on adding more leg strength training in to try and firm up or shore up my muscles down there so that they don't fatigue early and they can last longer distances. So those are two things that I'm going to do moving forward. So enough about that. My Air Force marathon sucked. Now I will say, so I did not do a show last weekend either. So, and that's because I signed the gal and I up for the Stars and Stripes 5K that Sunday or last Sunday. And on a whim last Saturday, I said, well, you know what? The gal's working today, so I think I'm just going to go run another race. And I signed up for what was called locally the Headbanger Half, but I only ran the 10K. So I wanted to see how my recovery had gone over that week. And since the Air Force marathon, and surprisingly, I did amazingly well for the 10K. So I was really happy with how that 10K went last Saturday or a week ago Saturday, and then the Stars and Stripes 5K the next day, I ran about a similar pace and finished really well. So really happy. I nabbed second place in age group for both races. I was really happy. The guys that were ahead of me were just blazingly fast. There's no way I could have beat those two, but I needed that last weekend to bounce back from the run that I had for the Air Force marathon. So going forward, looking forward to just getting back to regular training days and focusing more on the legs and getting back to what's fun, right? So this entire arcade has been shut down for like 2 weeks. This week, I've been able to spend some time. I'm on a 4-day staycation right now. This is the last day. Obviously, Monday's coming around and I'm going to have to go back to work, but it sucks. But I've been able to spend time down here and getting back to what makes me happy, and that's playing these arcade games and messing around with them. And so that made me happy. And uh, as we go through the show here, I'll talk about some of the things that I've been up to and what I plan to do going forward. So you all saw the poll I had up earlier in the week about, if I have some money in the budget, what should I spend it on first? So the consensus of the community was the Fast and Furious cabinet. So I will be getting, or actually, I know I will be getting it because I already ordered it. So it will be coming. And next week's show, we'll do a live build of the Fast and Furious. I know you guys have probably seen build videos already of that, but we're going to do it anyway because that's what I do, right? That's what I do on this show. All right. Fun times. So I mentioned I got the artwork coming, the Milwaukee Brewers logo that'll fit right underneath the Quarterdeck logo back there. And then I got a few things on order, the Fast and Furious cabinet and a couple of other things. I did hear from Joe Szabo this week. I emailed him and said, hey, guy, it's been a couple of months, or it's actually been more than a couple. It's been like 4. It's been 4 months since I ordered some artwork for my 2 GRS Build-A-Cades I have sitting back here that I haven't built yet. And so I saw somebody post a picture of their GRS Build-A-Cade artwork, Joe Szabo's Star Trek, and that's one of the pieces of artwork that I ordered. So when I saw that on Facebook, I said, well, I need to email Joe. It's been 4 months. It's time. And he assured me that it's going to go out in his next shipment this week. So hopefully we'll be doing some GRS Build-A-Cade videos soon. We'll see. So there's news on that front. I'm looking forward to getting the G.I. Joel build choice cabinet. I've had the artwork already on hand. I'm ready to go as soon as that cabinet gets here. I understand Joel's had some issues with his CNC, and he went out and bought another one. So I'm totally understand that. I'll get it when I get it, Joel. No rush. Okay. I'm very patient, and I know you do quality work. I saw James's video on his cabinet, and I saw Multicade Matt's video. I'm looking forward to mine, so I'm not in a hurry. I got the whole winter ahead of me that I need projects for, and that's going to be one of them. So, and I'm also looking forward to Glenn's FU cabinet. So, yeah. Before I go any further, let's say hi to the chat. I haven't even been, guys, my eyes have been terrible lately. Okay. I don't know if I mentioned this on my YouTube posts or anything, but I have mentioned it on my Instagram feed, which I use as my daily exercise logger. I have endured sinus headaches left and right for the last 3 weeks. Okay. It usually happens around the seasons changing, when we go from summer to fall, or when we go from spring to summer. Winter to spring, I start experiencing sinus issues. And last 3 weeks, I've just been a real struggle. I had a sinus headache. During the week last week, I was fine. Then they came back yesterday, and I felt like crap. And the gal and I had plans, and there's no way I was going to avoid doing the plans. So I suffered all day yesterday until I was able to take some NyQuil, cold and sinus, last night, and got a good night's sleep. So I feel great today. Knock on wood. Hopefully the headache doesn't come back. So, but let's say hi to the chat. It's been a while. It's been a couple of years. It seems like. Oh my goodness. Chat's very active today. We've got a lot of people here today. I appreciate each and every one of you. They Be Me was the first this morning. He chimed in before the show started. Yeah, I missed you guys. Ted's here. Good to see you, Ted. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be back. This is a hobby for me. I like spending time with you guys. This I will say, one of the reasons I do this, people always, well, why is that guy even making content? Um, I just do this. Okay, I like coming down here. I like the technology of setting everything up and getting everything working and all that. And I like spending time with you guys, some of the nicest guys in the arcade community. So, Stock Chuck is here. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Stock Chuck sent me a preview of a piece of a cabinet that I don't think I'm supposed to mention, but I think I'm very excited for it. So good to see you, buddy. Let's see. Hockey Town's here. Good to see you, Hockey Town. Yes, please hit the like button. I like seeing numbers. And yes, I took care of the audio issues. I do have high energy. Zero's here. Good to see you again. I feel more energetic this morning. I did a workout this morning. Sundays during my marathon training were usually rest days, so I slept in and I didn't really work out, but I'm going back to a more regular schedule, but I'm trying to keep Sundays light. So this morning I did just a 1 mile warm-up run on the treadmill, and then I did a 2 hour and 15-minute weight session, which really wasn't very stressful. I just did a lot of repetitions, and I tried some new things with the legs and the core. So it was I have more time to work with on Sundays, obviously, since I'm off on the weekends. But so that's what I was doing this morning, is I was trying new things, and so I got a good workout in, I felt like, and but I didn't get back up on the treadmill and run 9 miles. So yeah, pretty proud of that. Everybody talked about my audio issues. Yeah, me and Glenn, we're the two people that seem to get audio issues all the time. Again, I'm a little rusty at this. It took me a while to get up and running here this morning because I had to remember everything. But I'm using, I don't know, those of you that stream are probably familiar with the application called SteelSeries, the audio mixer. I'm using the audio SteelSeries audio mixer, and so it's pretty simple. It's much more simpler than when I was using before it. But yeah, I had the mute button on my mic channel, and that was the problem. So PB and J's here. Good to see you, PB and J. I did not see what happened to the Yankees. I'll have to look that up. I was just the gal and I went to a zoo yesterday, so I wasn't home watching the Brewers game, but I have YouTube TV on my phone, and I was checking in every once in a while, and I couldn't believe the score when I first checked in. I'm like, what the hell happened? And then I went back and watched, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Cubs. Well, I know, in their defense though, they pitched the guy, or they put him up only 3 days rest, and they'd only done that like 3 or 4 times, I read before. So they didn't really have any good background feeling or any statistical data to show how he would react. And he didn't react well. And I really feel for the guy. I do. And I feel for all the Cubs fans that were very optimistic about their first game outing here with him pitching, and it didn't go well. Hockey Town says, "Go Tigers." Yeah. Oh yeah. And this is all for fun, right? I'm not there are a couple of people I know, not in the arcade community, but they take real offense to when I, start jabbing, at people, for the teams they follow. One of them is a Chicago Bears fan, and she takes it personal whenever I throw out jabs, and I'm just trying to be fun. They're not mean. I don't think so. I'm just trying to inject some levity into my Facebook feed, and Yeah, she takes it personal sometimes. So, you know how Facebook lets you block posts from people so they don't see it? Whenever I make a post jabbing the Bears, I always make sure to hide it from her because I know she's gonna not react well to it. So Facebook gives you the tools to do that sort of thing. Yeah, hi, Stock Jock, I do appreciate that. And by the way, a couple of you, uh, sent me some kind notes after they saw that I was really dejected on Instagram, and I appreciate this community. This community is the best, and you know, I was really down on myself after that race. I really just wanted to go back to my hotel room and hide, and so, but I will say the best part of that entire weekend in Dayton was the Air Force Museum. Okay. Now I realize with the shutdown and everything in progress, the Air Force Museum is not open. But if you all are ever in the Dayton area, go see that Air Force Museum. It's free. They'll ask you for a donation, and I did donate, but the the admission is free, and there's 4 large aircraft hangar with airplanes in it. It literally took us 4 hours to get through each hangar, or no, to get through all 4 hangars. And the best part of it for me was seeing all of the presidential planes, including John F. Kennedy's Air Force One. So highly recommend that museum. Go support them. Drop some coin if you're able to support them. And while I'm on the subject of dropping coin, you all see the QR code up there. Well, I'm following suit with everybody else that streamed this week for Steve Sales GoFundMe. If you don't know about it, there's plenty of streams on it, but it's for a member of the community that's suffered from cancer and lost a bunch of his teeth and is trying to fix his mouth. And the QR code will take you right to the GoFundMe page. And if you haven't already, drop some coin. I did so anonymously, and because I don't ever like to put my name on those things whenever I donate money, and that's just me. It's a personal thing. And so yeah, by all accounts, he's a good dude. Everybody I saw mentioning this GoFundMe this week says he's a great guy. I unfortunately have not had the pleasure of meeting him online, or I haven't participated in any of the golf outings he's been on. I still got to do that. But I don't personally know Steve. Someday I'll probably meet him virtually. But if you can, go ahead and support that. I feel like it's a good, worthy cause. And I'm not one to talk about teeth either, because if you see mine, it's not pretty. So take care of your teeth, folks. I realize he couldn't help his situation. I really feel for it. I'm a fellow cancer survivor, different kind of cancer, but I feel for that, and so I always try to help out when I can. So let's see. B Kirby is here. Good to see you, B Kirby. For the Fast and Furious Zero, I am thinking about what mods I'm going to do. I'm definitely getting a buy stuff mod, and probably the 19-inch monitor to replace. But I'll keep it stock for a little while and have fun with it, and then when it's time to do the buy stuff, I'll do it. And I actually entertain the idea of getting 2, but my gal doesn't come down here enough to justify buying 2 Fast and Furiouses. So just one for me. Mike Hawkers is here. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I saw some news about that too. That sounds like fun. I did not order that yet, so I might do that. Yes, I did. And by the way, I'm so glad. I watched the Super Game Room dude stream this morning as I was working out, and my understanding is they changed the name. They finally changed the name from Arcade to TV-XR to Tank Stick VR. And boy, is that a welcome change, because I got tired of remembering. Is it arcade to VR dash TV, or is it arcade to VR to TV dash VR? I hated that. It was a terrible name. So yes, I did order the haptics kit. So that should be coming. Speaking of that, one of the things I could be doing, um, and I'm holding off on doing it because of the haptics kit, but I have spinners for the tank stick. And I also have the 3D printed covers for them so that you can rest your VR handsets atop of them. So I got all that in, but I don't, I feel like if I do the spinner mod, I'm just going to have to do it again when the haptic kit arrives. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and do the to install the spinners uh, when I get the haptics kit. So that's coming. So and I may do it live, I may not. I haven't decided yet. I may try to cut together a video. You guys know I don't do too many videos, produced videos, but I'm gonna try my hand at it again. And I might start with the haptics kit and the spinner mod. So that's coming. So yeah, that's coming. Stockjack says, and he let me know this in private chat, but he said that his goal is to get the first round cabs out by the end of October, and then he might open up new orders. So looking forward to that. As you all know, I love to tinker and build. So don't we all? I did my budget since I had a 4-day weekend. I did it the other day, and I looked at it. I'm like, you know what? I can buy a cab. So that's what I'm doing. So it's coming. It'll be here before next week's show. So Chris S is here. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. PB&J is here. He says he's not doing yard work. Interesting thing. My grass is starting to go dormant for the season, and I love it. That means I don't have to mow anymore, at least for a few months. So I will have to do, since the leaves are falling, I kind of like to run the mower over them before I rake a few weeks later. So, because I don't rake until the end of November, because I have trees in my backyard that take forever to come down. And but the leaves that are on the ground now, I just run the lawnmower over them. And of course, my dog's area is well fertilized, so it's still active. So I have to mow the dog's area at least. But I'll still get out there. But I'm not. This 4-day weekend was all about me and having some fun. And trust me, I'm taking advantage of it. So after the show today, I'm just doing fun stuff for me. So no work for me today either in the yard. Meatball Saucy's here. Good to see you, man. Welcome, welcome. It's good to be back. Let's see. Stock Chuck's talking about Steve Sale. Yeah, I saw you mention that I did watch Wednesday night's stream, Stock Jock, and I saw you mention that, and that's really cool. I also watched Johnny Quest. I wouldn't call it my favorite. I guess if I had to name a favorite from those days, I would probably say Super Friends. But I did watch Johnny Quest, because what kid did not watch all the Saturday morning cartoon lineups from our era? That's what we lived for, Saturday mornings, right? We got up, we had a bowl of cereal, and we sat in front of the TV, or we did both at the same time. We took our bowl of cereal. If you had a cool enough mom that would let you do it and not spill milk all over the carpet, that's what you did. You took your cereal over by the TV. Oh God. Well, I'm and one of these days I'll hit up Stock Jock, and he can private message me some of the good places to live in that area, because we are looking at the Fort Myers area, whether that's further north, further south. further east. I don't know. She's a beach gal, and I like the beach too. So if we can be, we don't have to be on the beach because I know that's probably super expensive, but within 5 or 10 minutes driving distance to get to the beach, it would be great. So, um, yeah, but my goal is to not have to do any yard work. So it'll probably be a condo situation for us. I don't feel like I want to buy a house and have to deal with homeownership um, problems and issues. Still have to deal with them, with a condo ownership, but at least I don't have to do yard work. So anyway, but I'm looking forward to getting down to Florida eventually. Count Chocula is back, folks. Go get it. All right, so we've caught up with the chat. I appreciate it. I actually did some show prep today. If you know me, the last few weeks I've come into this no show prep whatsoever, and at the very least, you should at least sketch it out if you're gonna stream, to try and make it interesting for folks. And none of the topics that I'm going to discuss today are things that you haven't heard about already through other streams. But I'm just going to give you my 2 cents on it and on some of these things. So, yeah. So some of the topics first we touched. I have to check off topics I already talked about. Check about. I did that. Did that. Did that. Did that. Did that. Oh, let's talk purchases. Okay, so behind me, you might notice I have a setup here. I'll go to a wider view. There we go. So here's my 4-camera view of the arcade. You'll see that I have my my setup bench with a couple of products, and these are a couple of purchases I made, and I talked about it in my community page. So there's no secret as to what these are. In that lower right corner, we're going to do some unboxing here. The one on the right there is Space Invaders Numskull Quarter Arcade. I did take it out because I wanted to see it, but I didn't fire it up or anything. And I understand there's a fix for it, so I haven't downloaded it yet and put it on a USB yet. So I'll probably have to do that fix. But in that box next to it on the left is the Space Invaders 2 or Space Invaders Deluxe. I forget which one it is. I think it's just Space Invaders 2. But I wanted to show, well, how it got shipped to me from Amazon, because I bought both of these off Amazon. I actually bought the last one of the Space Invaders 2 that they had. So I figured it got down to one, and I'm like, I don't want to miss that, because those 2 cabinets I have a great deal of nostalgic value for. I've always wanted the Space Invaders cabinet at the very least. So we're going to do that today. Those were a couple of my purchases in the last couple of weeks. I actually bought these before I bought these before last weekend. So they've been here a while, kind of itching to get them open and out and into my display. And so we'll do some playing around with them a little bit later. The other thing that I've bought, I bought the Fast and the Furious. So I've already touched on that. That's coming. I didn't buy 2. I hemmed and hawed about buying 2. I kind of wanted, the tinkerer in me wants to buy 2, then buy stuff's boxes for a 2-player setup, and then do multiplayer that way. But if there was a way to switch between stock and buy stuff, I would probably more seriously consider that. But for now, I'm just going to stick to the one box. Mike Hawkhurst says the Pac-Man pub table has arrived at Costco. Yeah. I don't know about the Atari one. Are you talking about the Class of '81 pub table? Oh, you're talking about what's behind me, the Pong pub table. Yeah. All right. Yeah. While we're talking about it, because I was going to mention him later, and there's a link in in the description of PD7's channel. If you haven't done so already, check out PD7's video from this morning, because he was at a local Costco. I happen to know which one he was at, where they have like 11 in stock, not counting the display model. And so he did a nice video up and close of the Pac-Man pub table in his video this morning. So if you haven't checked it out, go ahead and do that. So I'll check that off because I talked about it. So yeah, there are links in the description of some of the things I'm touching on here. I'm trying to get better at that, to let you guys know where you can go look at things for yourself, because it's just courteous, in my opinion, because I know I'm disappointed when I can't find a link to something somebody has talked about. So just know that I'm trying to get better at doing that myself. All right. So those are two things that I have purchased. I did make a purchase this morning. And I don't want to mention who from, and I don't want to mention, because it'll probably give it away. But I did make a purchase this morning. I don't know when I'll get that. It's kind of a surprise. So it'll be a surprise when it gets here. And it won't be by next weekend's show, but it'll be sometime during the fall/winter months. Hopefully more fall than winter, because we'll see. But I did make a purchase today. Almost made my first or second marketplace purchase. I have only made one marketplace purchase of an arcade 1-up, and you guys know it's primarily because I had a Jeep Wrangler at the time, and I couldn't. It's hard for me to transport these things unless I go rent a U-Haul and tow it. So now that I have a truck, I can get something off marketplace if I see a good deal. And I saw something on marketplace that I kind of want. It's something I've already had before. I've always loved the artwork on that cabinet, and I kind of want to bring it back. So it's from a gentleman in the area that you guys remember when I struggled in 2024, and I needed to sell off a bunch of my cabinets. It's one of the cabinets I lost during that sale, and it's actually the same guy. So that guy's selling that cabinet. I don't know if it's mine when I sold him, because this guy kind of mods them and turns them around. So I'm thinking about approaching him about purchasing that cabinet back from him, and so that might happen this week or next week. I haven't decided yet. So, all right, so let's get into some topics here. First of all, the big topic of the week, from what I saw, from what I can gather by watching everybody's streams, is basic fun. Let's see. So basic fun. Let's go to. Oh, I got the wrong tab up. Never mind that one. That's a future topic. There. All right, stop that. All right, so let's go back to basic fun here. All right, you guys know that if you've watched other streams, you know that and who was it? It was Bad Guy Mike Worley, I think, that found the YouTube presence for the Arcade Classic line. And so the link is in the video description if you guys want to check it out yourself. I did subscribe to their channel on my Quarterdeck Arcade YouTube channel. That's why it says subscribe up here, because this is my personal YouTube channel that you're looking at right now. So so yeah, lots of not lots, four videos to check out. There's Star Wars Ultra. I've got this muted so I don't get copyright striked or anything, but I'm actually kind of interested in this Return of the Jedi, just to complete my or add to my Star Wars corner. I think this, some people don't like this artwork. Some people don't like it because it's not in the original cabinet shape. I kind of want this. I kind of do. So I'm cautiously optimistic about this. The one thing, and Detroit Love pointed this out. Super Game Room Dudes on Friday night. But look at how hunched over this guy is. His back's going to hurt. This is going to need a G.I. Joe riser on it. So that's my only concern with this cabinet. I'm not as tall as this dude, so I'm going to guess that it's going to be just the controller is going to be at a similar height to the Star Wars cabinet. We'll see when if and when it gets here. I'm ready to buy it. Going back to the cabinet that I want to buy back. Well, yeah, I sold it because and some of those cabinets I hated to let go. That was one of them. I did not want to sell some of them, but I needed to out of necessity. I had to gather some funds. I had a serious thing happen with my dog that I needed to take care of. That was over a $2,000 bill. So I wasn't going to use credit cards for all that stuff. I like to pay for things with cash if I can, and then make sure the credit card debt stays at zero or maybe just a little bit. But so yeah, I want to buy that cabinet back. I have always loved that artwork. I thought it was a beautiful cabinet. Mike Hawkhurst says, I really want to support the Basic Fun products, but there seems to be a lot missing from WrestleFest, which is what I was mainly interested in. Yes, I've seen the streams, Mike. I agree. I don't know that game very much or very well. It kind of came around when I was, I want to say WrestleFest came out towards the end of my naval career, and I was getting back into civilian society. I'd have to look at the dates again, but I don't remember WrestleFest from the arcades. So, yeah. And there's some things I don't like about the Ultra line, which is no coin door. If I remember correctly. They do they even show it here? I don't think the Ultra line has coin doors, so that's kind of disappointing. So I'd like to see something on the Supremes if Return of the Jedi is coming out in a Supreme version with a coin door. But again, you know, you can always do a retro 530. Oh yeah, see, you can see there, no coin door. Or just a little bit more so you can see no coin door on that sucker. But I do like the look of it, and you can always. You'd have to cover up the Return of the Jedi logo here on the front here to put a coin door in it. But I'd like to wait and see what the Supreme line provides us with these. So. Stockjock says I need to turn it into a Gorf. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Gorf, but again, the Gorf control panel would be flat. So I'd have to do something with the control panel. I always thought that the Tron cabinet was, you know, and I talked about this in my stream before. The Tron cabinet was more of the Gorf shape. So if I came across a Tron on Marketplace that was non-functioning, an arcade one-up Tron, I would scoop it up and turn it into a Gorf. But that's, you know, far from happening. The chances of that happening are probably have a better chance getting hit by lightning. But I do want a Gorf. Yeah, I don't necessarily. I mean, it kind of sort of looks like a Tron in some with some of the edges, but I think the Tron cabinet is, or it looks like Gorf. I think the Tron cabinet is closer to a Gorf cabinet shape. That's true. That's very true. So anyway, Basic Fun. Basic Fun. You know, they have their YouTube presence, and they also have this Amazon presence out there now. And there's also a link to that in the description of the video stream here. But what I thought was interesting on this is their countercade line. So uh, I think Michael B touched on this in Super Game Room two dudes. Is really the only countercade here that I really kind of like is the Centipede. And yes, I already own an Arcade 1-Up Centipede. I've got the Legacy. I bought that from Cornercade. And now that I have a 19-inch monitor in it from Buy Stuff, it actually does present the game in the correct orientation. So I kind of am happy with my Centipede, but I was thinking more for the gal upstairs, buying her a Centipede countercade so she can play it whenever she wants because she loves Centipede. I kind of like the Tempest. It kind of looks like these are lit marquees. I don't know if anybody's confirmed that yet, whether they're lit marquees. I haven't read the promotional material up close, so I don't know. I've just gone by sight right now. I like the Centipede countercade. I did have to laugh like the Super Game Rooms did about these kids playing these in this video because they don't know. They're just whizzing around and doing stuff, and like the fist pump that one of the kids did at the end of his video. Yeah, this kid right here, he does a fist pump. Yeah, right there. Anyway, if I had to pick amongst the three, I'd go with the Centipede. Yeah, when I was watching this on Super Gamer Dudes, I was like, that's got to be like a $199 thing. So we'll see what they come out with pricing, and I hope that's soon. Gramps is here. Good to see you, Gramps. No worries. Everybody can always catch my stream on replays too. Yeah, kids won't play these. These are for the adults that like the countercade line, and I don't have any countercades at the moment. I used to. Well, that's not true. I have a Miss Pac-Man countercade, which I modded and I threw a pie in. So I don't currently have that in the arcade. That's elsewhere. But so of all of the products that Basic Fun has come out with here, the one I'm most excited about are the countercades. I don't care one iota about the handhelds. I really don't. I guess I'm with Mike Hockerts here. I think I think I would wait for the Supremes, see what the Supremes offer, and I think they're purposefully holding back on providing info on those because they want to get these to market and have these sell for a while before they put the Supremes out there, which is disappointing. But I would like to know what's in the Supreme so I can make an informed decision. I do not like that Centipede artwork on the Centipede Ultra, and I don't like the fact they don't have coin doors, even fake coin doors. I I mean, we're all so used to that now. To have them yanked away by what's supposed, when I think of Ultra, I compare that to deluxe Arcade 1-Up Deluxes. They're supposed to be similar, right? No risers, that kind of thing. Well, to me, the coin door elimination was a cost-cutting move, and they should give us the option of including the coin door if we want. I realize for packaging purposes that's not realistic. Biggie D is here. Good to see you, Biggie D. Welcome. So again, no nostalgia for WrestleFest in any form factor. It's a cool looking cabinet, I think, but yeah. And I might consider getting the Return of the Jedi, but not the Centipede. Okay. Let's move on from Basic Fun. Let me know in the chat what you guys think about Basic Fun. If you're intending on plunking some money down, what would be your go-to cabinet first? I realize a lot of people want to get WrestleFest, even though it's not the same game. You all know and love, as far as missing characters and that sort of thing. But and the logos changed obviously because of they're no longer the WWF, they're the WWE. So for me, I think the thing I'm most excited about again is the countercade. Okay. Mike Hockhurts. Let's see. Let's go back. Yeah, Mike Hockhurts, I think the reason why they didn't put a USB on there is because they saw what happened with Arcade 1-Up's countercades with the team encoder mods, and so they're trying to avoid that. He also, Mike Hockhurts also points out that there's only 6 arcade games on the Atari Ultra, and the rest are supposed to be. This smacks very similar to, even though the Arcade 1-Up Atari 50th had more games on it. This smacks to be similar to that. Yeah. Biggie D says he likes the marquee on the Star Wars Return of the Jedi. I agree. That's why of the Ultra Series line, that would probably be the cabinet I'd go for. Not the WrestleFest or the Centipede. So I love the look at the marquee. I don't know, Zero. It sounds like there probably will be. It also sounds like, from what I gathered on Super Game Room Dudes, we might see them go up for order in a couple of weeks, or either this week or next week. I don't know if that's true or not. Don't hold my feet to the fire, because I don't know. But I'm thinking their target is to have these things out before Christmas shopping really picks up in earnest. So Big D says he might get the WrestleFest countercade. Yeah. Again, this hobby is all about what you guys want, right? What we all want. My wants might be different from your wants. That's just true of everything, really. It's even more true in gaming. What you think sucks, I might love. PB&J says he's going to wait for the Supremes. I don't blame you. I really don't. And this is probably good for you WrestleFest fans. Probably wait for some of the videos to come out before you make a purchasing decision. I'm sure there's going to be some good reviews on this when it hits streets. You don't even like the Return of the Jedi stock, Jack? Gotham's here. Good to see you, Gotham. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Prince Vinny's here too. Good to see you. Yes, I did buy it. I mentioned that earlier in the stream, and it has not shipped yet. It's supposed to be here late next week, or late this week now, before next week's stream. So I'm hoping to do a live build of it next weekend. Oh, Gotham says he's going to buy the WWE. All right. Well, you gotta post a video review of it so we can see it. We can all see what your thoughts are on it. Gramp says he's been busy doing other things and not focusing on basic fun cabs. Yeah. I kind of sat and thought about that the other day, whether or not I had all the cabinets I really cared for. I kind of do, and I kind of don't. I would love to have a Robotron cabinet, and I understand pressure is trying to be aimed at G.I. Joe to come out with a Robotron cabinet. And if he does, it's a day one purchase for me. I'll buy it. So I don't care if I'm like $1 million in debt. I'll find a way. And I'm not $1 million in debt, folks. Yes, they do. I'm proud to say I've bought one and I can't wait for it to get here. Yeah. And the reason why I want to get mine is because I want to add to my Star Wars corner, and I think it would be a good addition. I don't like the fact it doesn't have a coin door, but I can fix that. So as long as I can fix it, I'll be okay with it. But I'd like to see if they're coming out with a Supreme Return of the Jedi. If they do, I'll look at getting that. I don't care if a Supreme version is bigger than my 3/4 scale cabinets in my arcade and will look different. I don't care about that. I just care about functionality and artwork. So if it works, it works. They Be Me asks me if I'm going to Pinball Expo. That's an interesting, fascinating question. Maybe is the best I can give you right now. I'm kind of on the fence about going. I've got the gal lined up. She's kind of willing to go. She would love to play Metallica, the new Metallica by Stern, because she's a huge Metallica fan and loves pinball. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm still hemming and hawing over it. I usually don't like to miss any chance about going to White Castle again, because the nearest White Castle to me is about an hour and a half away. So, and it's on the way to Pinball Expo. So, it's a maybe for me. The only reason it's really a maybe is because I've done so much over the last few weekends. Even this weekend, we went to a zoo yesterday. Next weekend might be we're staying at home, catching our breaths, and then the Pinball Expo would be the week after that. So I don't know. I'll post about it if I do decide to go. So you know, if you all want to come say hi. I have decided that if I do go, I am wearing my Car Arcades Anonymous jersey, so I'm easy to find because it has my name on the back, Quarterdeck. So you'll be able to find me if I do go. I'll be in a purple jersey that says Quarterdeck on the back. So, and the number 71. Sounds good, Gotham. Looking forward to it. Biggie D's going to be there. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Like I said, I'm a maybe. We'll see. Gramps says he recommends the PC upgrade for Fast and Furious. Yeah, that'd be the route I'd go instead of getting the gaming box from them, because I've had the gaming box already with the Ridge Racer that I had, and I hated selling that one too. I really did. That's another cabinet I hated to sell, but I had to let it go. When you're ever in a situation where you have to sell your cabinets, you have to come up with a list, and it's a painful list. You have to list them. Okay, which one can I get rid of first? Second, third, fourth, fifth, and on down the line. So when you know you have to sell X amount of cabinets to raise enough money to pay for your pet's vet bill, the ones that are at the top three to go away have to go. And unfortunately, the cabinets that I let go, some of them I didn't want to let go. So that's just the way it goes. And by the time I had the means to get them back, they were out of stores and I couldn't buy them anymore. So it is what it is. That's just a hobby. It's the way it goes. I would really love to see X Arcade there. I'd like to get my hands on the pinball upgrades, the haptic kit, just to test it out. Mike of all trades is here. Good to see you, Moat. Everybody say hi to Moat. Let's see. So PD7's going. Oh, okay. See the day that oh God, now you're putting pressure on me, guys. Um, uh, Everybody seems to be going on Saturday. So that was the day that I chose that we'd go, would be Saturday, because she works Sundays. I obviously work on Fridays. So Saturday's really the only day for us to be able to go down there. So we'd get our long run in on Saturday morning and then hop in a car and go down there after breakfast. And yeah, oh my goodness. Now that I'm finding out who else is going to be there, uh, I know also that I think Gamer Fridge is going to be there. Jay's going to be there. So I'd like to meet all you guys. I know I've already met PD7 several times. So I'll let you guys know when I've bought the tickets, and we'll hook up down there and check some things out. I'm not big on filming. PD7 I'm not big on filming content from live things, so it'll just be me walking around with my gal playing stuff and seeing what's what and getting my hands on the X Arcade tank stick with the upgrades. I have not seen the price yet. I've gone through the website and I did go through the gaming box setup, but that was on my phone and I didn't really mess around. So I need to sit down on Buy Stuff's website and go through the different options for Fast and Furious. But again, I do want to keep my cabinet stock um, for a while, just to get a feel for what Arcade One Up did with the game. I don't remember the real game in the arcades, so I'm coming at it from a fresh perspective. Um, I, I will let you honestly know if I feel like it's entertaining, because I'm not biased with the knowledge of what the original arcade game was. So you will get the real deal feeling or opinion from me on what I feel about this game as an Arcade One Up cabinet, from the perspective of a user that's never played the game before. So let's see. Lots of people going. All right. Yeah, the only reason I'd wear that jersey is so people could find me easy. So, hey, and just to say, guys, this is a disclaimer. I'm not officially a part of Arcades Anonymous. Okay, I just thought the jersey looked cool, so I ordered one for myself. They did not give me the jersey. I also have the baseball jacket. I don't, don't feel like I'm there representing Arcades Anonymous, because I'm not. I just kind of like representing the community, and that's one way through that jersey. And I just had fun with it. I think it was cool looking, so I wanted one, so I got one. Oh boy, Mode, if you go, it'd be a pleasure meeting you, man. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm just trying to walk through the chat. I need to catch up because I need to move on with the show here. All right. Okay. Thank you, Stock Jock. I appreciate it. I love watching the. I don't want to put any favorites on any one stream. I watch many of them. I probably never comment, and that's bad. I know, because I should really participate more in the community. But I try to comment where I can. And two of my favorites are Arcades Anonymous and Super Game Room Dudes. You Arcades Anonymous guys just look like a fun bunch of guys. So do the Super Game Room Dudes, and I do watch other streams. I'm not going to name them all, but you're all in my subscription list, and I have fun with it. So, all right. So we talked about basic fun. Let's talk a little bit about at games. Moving on. So there was a couple of bits of news. And I'm not going to rehash everything everybody's talked about. But here's one, and I got to tell you guys, I love this game, Baby Shark. So At Games released this game this week. It's a fun buy. I believe it's available for both HD and 4KP. I only got it for I have both, but I only got it for the 4KP. So I can't compare both versions. And I think there's one video out there. I don't know if it's RetroTech or there's another video somebody put out where they compared both the HD and the 4KP versions, the differences. And wish I could tell you which one it was, but I do know it's out there in the community somewhere. But I love this table. And so I spent some time with it the day it came out and played it. I did not know about the Baby Shark versus Shark modes. So I sucked the first time I played it. And then I went into Baby Shark mode, and then holy gosh, actually my gal I heard about it through the community later in the day. And then my gal and I were down here playing it, and she somehow gets into Baby Shark mode and I'm in Shark mode, and she's clobbering me. She's just clobbering me. She's got I've got like 3 million points. She's already within like 2 minutes. She's up to like 15 million. And I'm like, what the heck? I said, oh, you're in Baby Shark mode. I heard about that. Maybe that's true. So the next day I came down here and I played it, and I'll start the video up here. This is, by the way, PD7's video. I'm not filmed any pinball yet, mostly because I don't have the setup for it, and I don't feel like going through the setup for it just yet. But someday I'll probably stream. But this is PD7's video of it from the other day. And again, the link to his channel is in my stream description for today. What are the things I like about this game? Okay. Other than the fact that you have a kids version in Baby Shark mode, I actually like the thing for me that I like is the multi-ball. So, and how easy it is to get into multi-ball. So, and when multi-ball happens, I mean, I'm able to actually handle all 3 balls. And I can't tell you if that's in Baby Shark mode or if it's in Shark mode. I have a sense or a feeling that it's in both modes, but I'm able to actually, as opposed to other games when I get into multi-ball, I drain quickly. So this game, I'm able to sustain and keep multi-ball going for quite a while. I believe even in Shark mode. So multi-ball on this for me was quite fun. And I don't think there's a little bit of hint of the old Baby Shark theme when you first start the game, but the rest of the music to the game is not really Baby Shark related. Somebody said on Super Gamer Dudes it reminded them of something. I don't know, but anyway, the music's okay. I don't hate it. It's very colorful table, very bright table, and I had a lot of fun with it. The ramps are okay. It's wide open field and only 2 flippers. I know for a lot of people having like 4 or 6 flippers, it's kind of overwhelming and they hate it. I don't want to say I hate having more than 2 flippers, but I love having just 2 flippers. Okay, if that makes sense. So I do like this table layout. I do. So if you check it out, I do recommend this table for $8. I thought it was totally worth it. I would love to see this in VR, but again, that's not going to happen. It's not a Zen table. This is an At Games original, which is obviously probably Magic Pixel, but yeah, check it out. It's a fun table. I loved it. That's my judgment on it. So, and this comes from a guy. Oh, here, let me bring it up for you. I'll stop this video. And I don't want to get copyright strikes, so we'll try something here. I'm just gonna try this because this is something I did a few years ago. Let's see, and this is on my private channel, and this video isn't even public. Oh, my channel. Oh, do I have to go? I do have to go to my studio. Content. Okay, let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Here it is. I'm going to play a few seconds of this, and we'll see if I get copyright striked. Where's the link to it? Here's the video link. Copy link address. All right. So I'm going to put, I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this. Let me know if you're able to hear it. I'm a fan of Baby Shark. You'll see that. Okay, this is my house. This is my home. Don't cyber stalk me or anything. This is my home. I used to do pretty elaborate Christmas displays using a technology called Lightorama. Some of you might know that name, but it's technology that you can use to program musically driven shows. So here's what that looked like. And let me know if you can hear it again. Did you guys hear that at all? I muted it right away, but you kind of you get a sense. I did that for my grandkids, Levi and Lily, and they loved it. But yeah, it was a pretty elaborate time in my life when I put these shows together. Back in the day, it got tedious and hard to do every year, year after year. So I wound up selling everything. But I still have the videos that I shot. But yeah, so I am I have past experience with Baby Shark, so I have a little love for it. Let's see. So yeah, check out Baby Shark if you want. All right. Let me know if the audio came through for the first few seconds of that video. I'm curious if if there's something else in Restream that I need to do to enable video audio. I think it worked. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I have media turned off or muted. Hang on a second. Let's try that again. I want to see where what channel the audio comes out. Yeah. Well, let's try that. Let's try what Moat says to try. Restream says to share a tab. So let's go for the tab. If I can find it. Well, guys, I'm not finding the tab. Let's try this. Try full screen. All right, we're going to do full screen here. All right. Maybe the audio will come through now. According to my audio mixer, it is. Let's see if I get copyright struck. And you get the idea. I don't want to play the whole thing because I'll probably risk. All right, check out PD7's channel though for the video on both Baby Shark. He did a video on with a Baby Shark at the end, and then he also did a video at Costco this morning with reviewing the Pac-Man pub table. So check him out. The other news from At Games that we got was about Elvira. Maybe that was the week before, but I don't recall. But let me stop sharing here and go back to what I was doing. And go back. So yeah, we got news that At Game and actually this is actually Zen Studios announcement, but I believe it's coming out for the At Games as well as Pinball FX VR. The Elvira game. There's two games actually, I think, coming. Elvira and the Party Monsters and Elvira's Scared Stiff. So Elvira and the Party Monsters is a reproduction of the 1989 game or pinball game, and then the second one, Scared Stiff, is a remake of a 1996 game. So I'm looking forward to these. This video that they have up, Zen Studio. By the way, there's a link to Zen Studios YouTube channel where you can keep up to date on what they're doing. But this table looks awesome to me. I know I've played Elvira before, but I know everybody's talking about boobies on the back glass and all that, but this table actually looks really cool to me. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, two games from Zen Studios coming out, and good to see you, Biggie D. Thanks for stopping by. Bad Guy's here. Good to see you, bad guy. So I'm looking forward to both of these pinball games. I haven't seen video or content. Maybe I did, and I just wasn't paying attention on the second table, but definitely on my purchase list when it comes out. So check that out. So other than that, the only thing I will say about At Games is I'm still disappointed with the issues that they're facing with they're having issues still. And this may be my issue. I haven't delved into it further, but all of a sudden my HD, it takes me like 5 times. I have to turn it off and turn it back on 5 damn times to let me go back to full screen here. I have to turn it on, turn it off 5 times in order to get my control panel to be recognized now. Now, I could take it apart and see if I've got a wire loose somewhere or something, but that's on average how many times it takes me to turn it off, turn it back on to get it to frickin' the control panel to work. Is it a big deal? Yeah, because I use the joystick to select games or tables. So I haven't checked it. I've done it 3 times so far today. So I haven't checked it since the last time I did it to see if the stick's now working, but I don't know if that was related to a firmware update that they did or not. I try to stay on top of updates. I know everybody says don't do updates, you don't trust them, that kind of thing. But I'm in IT and I like to stay on top of updates, just so I can see what's new. And yeah, whatever happened to the HD, it's just It's just disappointing. Could be my control panel might be going bad. I don't know. I have a control panel in the 4KP. I could swap them and see, but I got the artwork on my control panel for both tables. It looks stupid to put a Peanuts artwork control panel into a Metallica themed cabinet. Might be funny for pictures and content. So yeah, that game still appears to be having issues. Talk a little bit about Arcade 1-Up. I actually already did. I talked about PD7's video, the Pac-Man pub table from this morning. Check it out. I actually kind of like the look of the cabinet, but it's not for me. Okay, I have plenty of Pac-Man cabinets. I have one pub table. One's enough. That's the Pong pub table. I do like it. I have been considering selling it. I'm not at that decision yet. But yeah, check his video out. The other news, everybody already knows that Cyrus has left Arcade 1-Up and moved on to Basic Fun. I'll give you, and I know others have the same opinion. I think there's some back-end relationship between Basic Fun and Arcade 1-Up. I can't prove it. I don't know for sure. It's my opinion. So my opinion is that those two are working together for whatever reason. It's either small or large, but I think that Cyrus jumped over to Basic Fun because Arcade 1-Up has no ability to get any more licensing. And it was speculated on somebody's stream the other night. Maybe it's because Arcade 1-Up is trying to get back into retailers or into a better position with retailers with a different name. Again, all opinion, speculation. I don't know. But Cyrus went to Basic Fun. It's on his LinkedIn page. I haven't gone to the LinkedIn page myself. I've seen it on streams. So that was big news. If they're two totally separate companies and it's just a coincidence, stay with me. If they are two totally separate companies, and it's just a coincidence, then I got to say Arcade 1-Up, in my opinion, I don't think they're going to last much longer, but you never know. It is what it is. I have my opinions. You have your opinions. People may know more than I do because they have the back end relationships with other people in the community, and I don't have all that. It's just me speculating. My throat is, I'm losing my throat now because I've talked so much. In that case, they got to steal because Dr. Pepper, no. 4 cases of Pepsi, maybe. 4 cases of Dr. Pepper, that was a steal. I like that comment, though, Stock Shock. That's funny. Mike of all trades, I know this. I know you can do it, and I did it a little bit with my HD, but I haven't investigated it further with the 4KP, and I really need to do that. It's a time thing. When I'm at work, and the days that I'd be able to do it would be the days that I'm working from home and I have more time because I'm not traveling 2 hours round trip to work. I'd have more time to play with it then, but it's something on my list of things to do, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. All right, guys. So let's get to the unboxing. I've already gone longer than I had wanted to today. So let's get set up for that. I got to switch mics. And again, I haven't done this in a few weeks. So if my technology is off, I'm sure you guys will let me know. And I don't have my tablet here. So I'm just going to talk. All right, let's switch the audio source here. Let's go over. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yep. All right. I've switched over mics. And let's switch camera views. Let's go to. No, let's go to the cell phone. We'll just stick with cell phone for now. I'm going to turn on some lights here. All right. I'm going to zoom out. So I'm going to move this camera around as I need to, if I can, because I'm using my studio lighting. It would help if I actually switched or transitioned the camera. There we go. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, I made 2 purchases from Amazon for Numskull Quarter Arcades. Now, so what the box you see here is how they were shipped, how both of them were shipped, but I already unboxed this because I wanted to see how it looked. So we're going to do an unboxing here from the Numskull box. So when Numskull ships their product, they put it's a box within a box. So, and I think it just adds an extra layer of protection. But let's go ahead and pull the Space Invaders out. It's a beautiful box. So here's the Space Invaders. Nice artwork on the box. The back side of it has a few labels describing. So it's got a rechargeable battery, and these are dead. So we're going to have to plug them in directly to get them to work. But so it's a beautiful box. The other back side here lists a whole bunch of stuff here in different languages. So I'm not going to read them all. But the statistics you have here, 17.3 inches tall, 8.4 inches from front to back, and then 6.5 inches wide. So let's go ahead and pop open. Again, I opened this up because I wanted to see it. Very first, these are well packed too, by the way. You got your styrofoam top here, and it has your USB cable. So we'll take the USB cable out. And then you have a plastic bag with the actual unit. And also in the case are your manuals. You've got a QR code to go join their club, and you've got an instruction manual, which nobody ever reads. So, and there's a silicone packet in there for preservation. So I've been wanting one of these since the original. I wanted one that had the creator of Space Invaders autograph on it. So they sat him down and they had him sign the back. And I would have loved to have had one of those, but it just wasn't to be. So here's the unit itself. It's got some plastic protection on it, so we'll peel those off, like on the screen here. We'll just peel that off right away. But it's just gorgeous. So you have your coin storage here. It doesn't open. You have your coin door, fall coin door with your start button here, or your coin in button. You've got your action button here, your 1-player, 2-player button, and of course your side-to-side joystick, so your 2-way joystick. What I think is neat and exciting about this particular unit, and probably also the Space Invaders 2, is that it's a projected or mirrored projection here, as the original Space Invaders was. if you'll remember. But I have a lot of nostalgia for both of these games. Space Invaders in particular, because my memory of Space Invaders, playing a lot of Space Invaders, was in General Cinema Eastgate in Indianapolis, Indiana. I went out there and saw movies there, and they had a Space Invaders in the lobby, and I threw so many quarters at that game. So there's a lot of nostalgia. There's also a plastic protector on the control panel, so peel that right off. So I have a lot of nostalgia for this game. Side art is just gorgeous. Cabinet shape is gorgeous, and a replication. And they even have these metal plates, or they're fake metal. These are plastic, obviously, but back in the day, the original Space Invaders had these metal plates at the top. So they even replicated that, and I thought that was pretty cool. I'll give you a look at the back side here. So what we have here is the replication of the back, you know, your key here, which, by the way, this does not open. And it just looks like a perfect replication. You've got your USB port, your volume control, and your power on-off button. So let's, there's no juice in these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in on this thing a little closer. Maybe bring the camera a little closer. Sorry for if I'm making anybody nauseous here. All right. And again, I can't see the chat, so if I'm ignoring you, it's not because I'm ignoring you. All right. So it's a pretty lengthy cable that they give you with these. I don't remember the burger time being this long, but it's a pretty long cable. And we'll just plug in the USB-C end and USB, and then I'll plug in to my power strip. And we should have power. Oh, it was already on. All right, so let's maybe turn out this light. Maybe turn out both lights. All right, so let's fire this sucker up, see what it sounds like and see looks like. All right, we got our marquee here that lights up. That's good. And then the background, you can see, oh, it's like a 3D background. Oh, it's just beautiful. Space Invaders, it's starting up here. Oh man, my face is getting into the camera here. Oh, that is just awesome. You can, if you look down in it, you can see the monitor that it's the actual monitor is down in the base of the cabinet. It's like right here. So it's actually got the image of the game projecting against the artwork in the back. Oh my God, is that awesome? I'm in love with this already, just looking at it. This is the first time I'm looking at it starting up. When I unboxed it earlier, I just took it out of the box just to see the artwork. I did not fire it up. This is the first time I'm firing it up, and I'm so happy with this purchase. Haven't heard it yet. I know it has that audio issue that you need to take care of with a USB update, but oh. All right, let's coin in. We'll press the button here on the control panel. I'm not hearing any audio. Again, I'm playing at an angle here, so I'm not hearing any audio. All right, there's the audio. Now, there's supposedly an audio issue with this thing, and I don't... Actually, kind of don't hear it. Maybe they updated it in further in newer builds. The audio seems fine. I don't know if I have to do the audio update. I realize my big fat head's getting in the way of the picture here, so I'm trying to stay out. I hope you all can see that pretty good. And I realize camera-wise, you really don't get a real sense of. I would like to bring this camera up there. So maybe you can see it a little bit better there. That is, again, the monitor being reflected up against the artwork in the back. And it's just how they went about doing this. We'll coin in, press the player one start. Oh, I can't tell you how many quarters I spent in this thing. I love this game. I mean, I love what Numskull did with this. I realize it took a lot of work and effort for them to do this. And it makes me even more optimistic about the lunar lander. And we did not talk about that before I came and did this, but Numskull has 2 more products coming out, which they just talked about earlier in the week. Lunar Lander and Bad Dudes. Now, I don't have any nostalgia for Bad Dudes, but I definitely have Lunar Lander on my radar. So I will be getting Lunar Lander. And by the way, guys, I'm better at Space Invaders than this, but I'm playing awkwardly right now. I don't think there's an audio issue on, and again, maybe they corrected it before newer units shipped. I don't know. I'll have to read up more about it. I definitely recommend this to anybody that cares about Space Invaders and is a collector of Space Invaders material. This is a must-have, in my opinion. Just in the limited time I've had to play with it, I can make that judgment. Oh, this is just amazing. It plays great, too. I just got to get, sit up straight on with it. It's just gorgeous. All right, so let's zoom back out and turn the lights back on. And let's do the unboxing of the Space Invaders 2. Okay. All right, so we've got Space Invaders unboxed and up and running. Now let's do, now again, okay, so this is how Amazon ships it to you. And this is different, okay? I can tell already. And this box is beat up. Again, this is live. I've not opened this since it arrived. So we do not have, what we don't have is we don't have, and it's loose. Oh my God, what happened? All right, so this has been opened before, guys. I do not have a brand new Space Invaders 2. Okay? I'm a little upset about this right now. This was the last one on Amazon. So it's obviously I got sent a return because this has been opened. And the box has been beaten to death. We've got, caved in on this side. We've got a rip on this side. All right, this is live, guys. You're going to see it as I see it. So let's take it out of the box. There was no protective packing in here. This box is empty. Whereas with the Space Invaders, I had a little bit of paper packing in with it to keep the box from sliding around. But this is the box for Space Invaders Part 2. Let's open it up and see what we got in here. All right. This is how I know it's a return, folks. Look at that. That's the bottom of the unit. And it doesn't have the styrofoam cap that the Space Invaders had new in box. Okay? So, right off the bat, the plastic's not sealed. It's ripped. The plastic is ripped. And it's upside down. And look, there's the wire, and it has a plug with it. Somebody, look at this. Okay, so the wire was unwrapped. The manual is there, but somebody tried to use it with a power strip or a power brick, and they even threw the power brick in here. I'm guessing the odds are 20-80 that this thing's even going to work. I'm so disappointed right now. I'm actually shaking a little bit. Let's put this thing right side up. The cabinet's gorgeous. I don't see any scratches or dents yet. It still has the plastic protector on it. Actually, it was popped out a little bit. So the bezel was actually popped out a little bit. So it still has the plastic protector on the bezel. I just popped the bezel back into place. But somebody removed the strip, the protector, that if it had one, on the control panel. So we got similar coin door storage. It's fake. You can't open it. They've got your similar coin door to Space Invaders with the coin in button. You've got your action button in your player 1 and player 2 start, and your side-to-side two-way joystick. There is some damage. There is some damage to the side panel here up at the top corner. It's nothing to really get excited about. I will be letting Amazon know about this, though. So let's just see if it works. I don't know. Somebody included this brick, why they included it. We're going to find out here if it works. If it doesn't, it's totally going back. I may hang on to it, though. If it works, then I'll hang on to it. But I'm still going to let Amazon know. All right, we've got a green LED on the charging port. Let's fire it up. I'm not going to take the plastic protector off of the screen yet. All right, so we have marquee power. We've got power to the back, and it is booting. Coin in. Player one start. It seems to be playable. All right, so I'll go in. I'll turn the lights off again and move in on it. I'll take since I'll probably be keeping this. I'll PB&J. This was the last one they had in stock, so. I may keep it because it's working. The only thing is up here at the top. But I'll let Amazon know about it, see what they want to do. I am disappointed for sure. But again, same thing, same tech. See if I can zoom in or get closer and just show you. Kind of hard with the, I'm going to take the camera off. All right, so let's show you what I'm talking about with the mirror technology. So here you can see the mirror image, but down there, see, there's the monitor. That's projected against the static artwork in the back of the cabinet. Same thing for Space Invaders. So we'll go back over here to Space Invaders. Again, panning down, you can see the monitor is actually mounted in the bottom, or not the bottom, but like the lower section of the cabinet. It's not quite middle. But then it's mirrored on the artwork, static artwork in the back. So Space Invaders Part 2. Let's lower the I realize my camera work is terrible. Let's get in a little closer here. There. All right. So we'll coin in. So am I upset about the corner cabinet damage? Yeah. Why this was returned, I don't know. Try coin again. All right. It's hard to play when you got a camera in front of you, which is why I know a lot of people don't do it, but I'm trying to think about doing some streams where I'm actually playing games. So is it a beautiful cabinet? Yeah. Does it have that one issue up in the upper right corner? Yeah. But it's not bad. I thought I was getting a brand new unit, and I will let Amazon know about that. Didn't say, I don't recall it saying refurbished. All right. So there you have it, the unboxing of the two, and the unboxing of the Space Invaders Part 2 did not go well. I realize the marquee doesn't show up very well. Again, let's just look over this unit here. But this one corner here, I have that little nick. That's all I see as far as damage. There's a little bit of nick here, right here by the control panel. There's a little bit of damage here. Yeah. Overall, though, it still looks in pretty good shape. So the bottom corner here has a little bit of damage here. So if I had to, when I write Amazon about it, I'm going to point out 4 things. 1, the bezel was popped out a little bit, which I snapped it back in. 2, upper corner, right corner damage. And I'll take pictures of all this for them. Control panel damage and lower. So yeah, I'll be letting Amazon know about this and see what they want to do. Yes, disappointed to be sure. It doesn't look bad though. I mean, is it enough for me to return it? I don't know, but I will definitely let them know about it. Guys, you've seen the QR code up there in the upper left corner. That's for Steve Sale for his GoFundMe link. If you don't know about the issue with Steve Sale, cancer of the mouth, I think, and losing all of his teeth, that's to benefit a community member that's well liked among the community. Please, if you can, drop some coin via that QR code link. Yeah, Zero. I was thinking maybe call it the Survivor Series version. It looks good. You know, I'm just disappointed that it came like that. So I'll ping Amazon about it and let them know how it came. And they are getting harder to find. You can still buy them directly from Numskull, I think, but you're going to be paying a lot more in shipping. Amazon does not have these anymore, the Part 2s. They have a few of the Space Invaders left, the first one, but anyway, I've gone on long enough. We're almost at 2 hours now. It's longer than I wanted to go. I will let you guys know. I will let the followers of my channel know what happens with the Space Invaders 2. If I wind up sending it back, if I wind up hanging on and Amazon gives me some sort of credit, which I'll be happy with if they do. But I'm definitely letting them know. So that's the show for today, folks. I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. Glad to be back. And next week, we're going to be doing a build of the Fast and the Furious. So make sure you make a note of that. And then I'll see you guys online throughout the week. And then, you know, guys, please, as I say it every week, have a great week, a safe week. And I'll see you all online throughout the week and next week. So in next week's show. But have a great rest of your weekend, folks. And always remember, I got next.